Hi guys, I'm Ksenia and you're watching my channel St.Petersburg-me. Welcome to yet another video, and this video will be devoted to the amount of money that I spent per month living in St. Petersburg. Okay guys, let's go! But before I start speaking on my expenses per month in St. Petersburg, let's discuss a very important topic, I suppose. So some of you suggested that I start a Patreon page for donations, and I'm thinking on it, but my concern is that I know that people who start that Patreon page have to offer something in return for your donations. And you know guys, I cannot come up with the things that I can offer to you if you want to donate some money to me. So maybe I thought of a Telegram chat or a Telegram channel, or maybe some live streams here on YouTube, but I decided to ask you, what do you want me to give to you in return? Maybe some your suggestions or opinions, and please write them in the comment section down below. I divided my monthly expenses to categories and I got 15 of them. So my expenses are bills and rent, food, lunches at my work, beauty, entertainment, presents, goods for home, public transport, clothes, coffee, taxi, health, teeth treatment, fitness, and I went to a fair in March, so I counted it as a separate category. Rent and bills. My rent is 12,500 rubles per month for a two-bedroom apartment which I rent with my friend. So my mobile phone plan, which includes internet, is 400 rubles per month, and I can say that internet is quite good. It is really good, and our internet at home costs us about 400 rubles too, so I pay 200 rubles for internet per month, and then we pay electricity, which costed us in March 286 rubles. And our apartment bill was 3,231 ruble in March per each person. Overall, I spent 16,660 rubles for rent and bills. Food. You know guys, I was massively impressed in a negative way for the figure that I got in this category, and in March I spent 13,130 rubles for food. 2 years ago I used to spend 7,000 rubles for food. And you know guys, I don't eat gourmet food. I eat simple food like crops, milk, chicken, vegetables. Sometimes I eat dried fruit and nuts, but it is only sometimes, it's not always. So I think that is because food prices increased significantly in last 4 or 5 months, and I noticed that they increased twice already. So let's check it out. So guys, for example, these minced fish sticks, 2 years ago it costed maybe 50 rubles, maybe 55 rubles, and now it's 116 rubles. Like 2 years ago this cheese costed 120 rubles, and now you can see the price. Last year this milk costed 55 rubles, 52 rubles, and now you can see the price. This milk costed maybe 60 rubles, 65 rubles, and now you can see the price. Eggs. For example, these eggs costed maybe 71 rubles up to 78 rubles, and now you can see the price. Rice. You can see the prices, and last year the maximum price was this price, and now it's like an average. And maybe in 2018 rice costed 64 rubles, 60 rubles, but not this. The same with buckwheat. You can see 92 rubles, even 140 rubles. But this price was very high like last year, and now we are having this. And this is the cheapest, and 2 years ago it was the highest price. And guys, the next category is also essential. It is public transport. So I was negatively impressed too, because last month I spent 5,355 rubles for public transport. So in St. Petersburg we have all kinds of public transport, including buses, minibuses, trams, trolley, and metro. To get to work I use two means of transport. I use minibus to get to metro, and then I use metro to get to work. For example, in 2019, a single trip by bus, by tram, by trolley, or even by minibus costed like 40 rubles, and now it's 50 rubles. So we get 22% increase, and a single trip by metro costed 45 rubles in 2019, and now starting from the 1st January of 2020 it costs 55,000 rubles, 55 rubles, just rubles, without thousand. So the increase is really significant. Lunches at work. Sometimes I have no time to cook my lunch in advance in the evening, so I have to buy either a lunch or a part of my lunch. Sometimes I have the time to cook, for example, meat, and that means I have to buy a side dish at a cafe or a canteen, or vice versa. I cook a side dish at home and I have to buy meat for lunch. If I buy a lunch, it costs me 350 rubles per lunch, and you know guys, it's a very good deal compared to McDonald's food. For this price I get a salad, a soup, meat and side dish, bread, and a drink, for example, coffee, tea, or some fruit drink. Overall, in March, I spent this amount of money for lunches. So if you have already watched my videos, you know that I like coffee, and specifically I like a latte. So once a week I buy latte at a coffee booth here. This is I'm really happy that I found this booth with coffee, because this is really cheap and I like their coffee so much. A big cup of coffee costs there 100 rubles, and a small cup of coffee there costs 60 rubles. So I always want to say 60,000, but it's 60 rubles. It is really cheap compared to other places in the area where I work. For example, in other places, a cup of coffee may cost starting from 120 rubles and reach up to 210 rubles for a smaller cup of coffee than in that booth. So I think it's a great deal, and I found a really good place. And if you have already watched my videos, you know that I'm trying to reduce the amount of coffee that I drink. So that's why I buy coffee once a week in this booth. So I bought 4 cups of coffee at that booth, and I spent 250 rubles for a coffee at a fair that I visited in March, Goods for Home. So when I say goods for home, I mean detergent, soap, toilet paper, some other things to wash other surfaces of your house. In March I spent 667 rubles. Not much, but you know, guys, I don't have to buy those items on a monthly basis, so I'm lucky here. Like, for example, I buy toothpaste once in 3 months. I buy detergent once in 3 or even 4 months. So that's okay. And some items we share with my friend, which we use together. For example, toilet paper, some stove cleaners, and the like. The next category is entertainment, and you know, this category appears in my expenses list not so very often, because it was kind of expensive for me to buy tickets for such events, but now I can afford it, so I bought 2 tickets to 2 concerts, and one of them costed 2,000 rubles with a discount, and the other costed 3,200 rubles, and there was no discounts. But you know, guys, the emotions that I got on that concert were worth the money that I spent for tickets. Like, really. And I'm pretty much happy with that purchase. The next category is beauty, and you know, guys, that is also a very seldom category that I have in my expenses. I don't spend much for cosmetics, or you can see it by my face, and I don't go to do facial treatments, beauty treatments very often. I do it like once a year for a massage, for facial massage or just massage. And you know, this month I spent 1,782 rubles for cosmetics. I bought perfume, and you know, there's a whole story behind that purchase. So in March we are celebrating the Women's Day in Russia, and this holiday is a very important holiday in Russia, and we have a day off from our work, like nationally. Russians are used to celebrate this holiday at work, at their offices or places where they work, with their colleagues, as well as the Motherland's Defenders Day. So our male colleagues were congratulating us women on that holiday, and they gave us like gift cards for some cosmetics shop. So I think you also have those cards in your country. Our man organized a celebration for us and gave us those cards with the money which they have put on those cards, like accounts. So I went to buy some cosmetics or perfume, and you know, guys, as I said before, I don't buy much cosmetics, so I don't know what to buy, you know, when I go with such cards to such shops, and I'm always embarrassed in such big stores, cosmetics stores. So I spent maybe 1 hour and a half at that store, and I almost got lost there forever, and I got tired. And one of consultants, you know, came up to me and said, "Oh, do you need help?" I said, "Yes, please help me, or I'll just get lost here forever." So she said, "What would you like to buy?" I said, "I want perfume." So I just thought, okay, let it be perfume, or I will never get out of this store. So okay, I said, I want perfume, and she said, "Oh, please try this and try that perfume." I said, "Okay, I like this." And she said, "Oh, maybe you will try this one as well?" I said, "No, please let me give me this and I will go." So I bought that perfume. It's this brand is called Lalique. I've never heard about this brand, and when I came home, I just started researching on that brand, you know, after I bought the item. So, and you know, it occurs that that perfume has latte aroma in it, you know. I was so impressed positively for this time, so that I bought a unknown to me perfume, and it contained latte smell. Okay, so my choice was right for the one who likes latte so much. So that's the story behind these 1,782 rubles that I spent on perfume in beauty category. So next category is clothes. So in March I spent 985 rubles for clothes, but you know, guys, that was a very minor purchase. I bought only, like, you know, some stuff, girly stuff. So like 1 or 2 items of girly stuff in clothes section. So you can see that I'm not a spendthrift, that I don't spend much for cosmetics, for beauty, for clothes, presents. As I said before, in March we celebrated International Women's Day, and I wanted to give a present to my mom, so I ordered a blender, and I spent 5,150 rubles for that. Health. In March I only bought supplements that my doctor had prescribed me, and I spent, for supplements I spent, just a second, 6,836 rubles. So guys, in this category I also include maybe some health treatments, some maybe blood tests that are not included to my medical plan, that my employer pays for me, but some treatments and tests are not included, and in March I didn't have them, so I spent only for supplements. Teeth treatment. Unfortunately guys, I have 2 teeth to be implanted, and I'm at the final stage of one implantation right now. In my case, I have it done in 4 stages. So they are implantation, healing cap, if that makes sense to you, but I found that a word in a dictionary. So teeth cleaning, and then crown work. I hope that you understand me. I just don't know the vocabulary for medical treatments. As I said before, I'm at the final stage. Right now I'm at the final stage of implantation, and in March I had 3 stages, and you have to pay stage by stage, not for all the implantation at once, but stage for stage. And in March I had to pay for 3 stages, and it costed me 42,450 rubles. So overall, for one tooth to being implanted, I will pay $1,100. Unfortunately, this kind of treatment is not included to like state free healthcare, and it is not included in my medical plan. I think next week I will get my tooth done, and I have one more to go. Unfortunately, sometimes you have to treat your teeth. In Russia, it doesn't cost cheap for Russians. Maybe if you will go to Russia to have tooth treatment, it will be cheap for you, but in Russia it's expensive for Russians. Next category is taxi. So in March I used taxi once, and I paid 451 rubles for that. I use taxi quite seldom, only when public transport messes up, like for example when I have to wait for it for a long time standing on a bus stop, and I'm late for some place, and I always use taxi when I go to airport or railway station, because you know guys, airplanes and trains will not be waiting for me if I will be standing on a bus stop waiting for a bus. And in March I also visited a handmade fair, and I bought some things there and spent 1,050 rubles for that. The last category is gym expenses. I bought my membership in this gym in August 2020, and I paid 20,000 rubles, so I don't have to pay monthly for gym membership, so I only pay to my fitness trainer. For 5 fitness sessions I pay 6,500 rubles to my fitness trainer. So for essential expenses that I have to pay each month, those are rent and bills, food, lunches at work, and public transport. I spent 38,425 rubles per month. And if you watch my channel, you may know that median salary in St. Petersburg in 2020 was $488, and you know, a single person that earns a median salary in St. Petersburg just has only money to spend for essential needs. So overall, in March 2021, I spent 110,100 rubles, and that is way too much for me. And guys, if not for teeth treatment, supplements, concerts, presents for my mom, I definitely would spend less, much less. But you know, guys, this is our life, and sometimes you have to treat your teeth and relax on a concert to maintain your life, and you have to take supplements sometimes. So guys, I was very much impressed. Luckily, during the pandemic, I was able to save some money for my teeth treatments. It doesn't mean that I just take 50,000 rubles and pay for my teeth treatment just from my pocket. No, I have to save for that. I can say that I'm a very lucky person because I can do that. I can save some money for my teeth, for concerts and other stuff. Those were my expenses in March, and I can say that those expenses are not the only expenses that I usually have. For example, in March, I didn't have my brows done, I didn't have my nails done, and I will have it done in April. And guys, let me know in the comments section down below, is it okay to spend such amount of money? How much money do you spend in your country, in your city? What are your expenses? Let me know in the comments section. I will be really interested to know that. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your likes and comments, and see you in the next video. Bye guys.